I'm going to turn this off because for the next few minutes, I just want you to focus on this pen. 1 million of these Bic ballpoint pens are sold every hour throughout the world. For most of us, this is something we use to sign checks, to take notes. But to me, there's a lot more to this story. The story I'm going to tell you about this pen has 4 chapters. Chapter 1, raw materials. This pen is made of plastic, tungsten carbide, and brass. In order to extract these raw materials, the processes required heat, energy, water, and various chemicals. It took 1 liter of water alone just to get the plastic for this one pen. In addition to all of the resources used to get these raw materials, these processes also created carbon emissions, waste, and wastewater. Chapter 2, production. Before I could use this pen to take my exams, it had to go through various manufacturing processes, assembly, and packaging. In order to do the injection molding for this pen, they had to produce enough energy to power a 60-watt light bulb for more than 6 hours. Chapter 3, now this is where we all come in. We all know about the benefits we get from the use of this pen, but we might not think about how much packaging waste is created when 1 million of these are sold every hour. We also might not wonder, how did this pen actually get to the shelf? Transportation accounts for 57% of all of the greenhouse gases emitted in the entire life cycle of this pen. So chapter 4 is appropriately called the end of life. Parts of this pen can be recycled, but a good portion of it goes to landfill. Landfills in the US today account for the 4th largest emitter of methane. So here at the Bren School, I use life cycle assessment to take the whole story of any product or process like this pen and use it to evaluate the impact on the environment, human health, and climate change. By telling this whole story, we can inform decision makers in industry, policy, and even at the consumer level to identify hotspots where they can reduce their impacts and to avoid the unintended consequences that come from making decisions with only a narrow set of information. So if I got to sit down with the CEO of BIC, I'd want to point out, don't focus on what seems like the largest contributor to waste in your packaging phase. Focus on raw material extraction, where 88% of all of your emissions are coming from. So here's the story for this one simple pen. I could have told you about the projector, but we probably would have been here till morning. Thank you.